Welcome to the Untold Conversations, Raw and Real. This is the podcast where we go beyond the perfect picture into the stories that truly matter. I am your host, Margarita Alex, international speaker and life coach. And today, my guest is an amazing person. His name is Drago. He has a background as deputy project manager, director of supply chain and logistics. After building several businesses, investing in multiple startups, and certifying himself as an ICF coach, today he's taken a sabbatical year to explore self-discovery and new horizons. Drago, welcome to my podcast.
Thank you very much.
I know that we know each other for a couple of years, and I've seen your journey and I've seen your transformation, and I believe everyone should hear your story and everyone should listen to your journey because it's inspiring, it has a lot of motivation, and it gives so many things to think about for the daily struggles that entrepreneurs go through and every single person also goes through. So, my first question, you were successful in business. You were successful in your top manager positions. And then today, you decided to take a sabbatical year and to go into a 1 year of silence. What was the key trigger for that?
Probably the key trigger was that after 30 years of all the time work, it was too much. So I just feel that I'm a little bit tired and need to take this one off year.
Yeah, like a break.
Like a break.
Yeah. And so what did your family and your surroundings and your community think about this decision that you took?
Actually, very well, because they know my history, they know my way, what I pass, and they understand how it was difficult. Actually, I start work with 14 and to work all time with the school and with the university parallel. So I just think that I deserve this 1 year, and they support. I'm grateful for that.
Wow, that's great that you have such a supportive community and a supportive family. I believe for someone at your age, and a lot of people would say you were at the peak of your career or your entrepreneurship, to take a 1 year off is scary. It's scary. But as you said, you started working from a very young age, and you spent on the labor market so many years, and you deserved, let's say, that break. And as you said, you have a history behind. They know your history, so I would like our listeners to know that history as well. So you are originally from Croatia. Yeah, beautiful country. Whoever did not visit, I highly recommend. Amazing people, and we have one of these examples here with us. And when you were 24, you decided to leave Croatia and to migrate to Russia. So what was the decision factor that brought you to take that decision and to leave the country that you are and you were used to, where you grew up, behind, and move somewhere into the new options and new horizons?
It was the difficult time in Croatia. There was a financial and economical crisis, and my parents also was in this crisis involved. And in Croatia, that time was very difficult for young people, and many people went out. Somebody to Germany, somebody to the most of Europe. There was a few guys who went to Russia and invite me also, and one of them was my brother, and they looked to us that we are crazy because Russia on that time is just start to growing
growing
after
economy,
19th.
but like starting, especially
Yes.
after the Soviet Union broke, right?
Yeah, after 19th, there was a very big mess. And everybody thought we are a little bit crazy about it. Yeah. And but the most trigger actually was not me. It was crisis, economic and financial in Croatia. and I choose very risky way, but in the end, it showed that is right way.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I believe, especially people who are here in Dubai, would relate mostly to the fact that when you are relocating, I mean, for you, it was on an elder age, which I find highly respectful and motivational, because I moved from Ukraine to Spain when I was 11, and that was already early 2000s. So for me, yes, we moved from a country which was starting, right, to develop economically, and then for me, I was still a kid, so I could integrate in the society, I could learn the language fast, and I could get the education and be closer in terms of culture to the Spanish culture, right? So then when I was 20, 25, I somehow identify myself. I have this, like a Duolingo, I have a dual cultural because I'm partially Ukrainian, partially Spanish. But you did move when you were like almost an adult person, 24. And as you said, your surroundings told you that you were crazy. But what were the other options? There were...
Yeah, there was the options to stay in Croatia or to move to Europe also. So it looks like, when I come back and thinking about my decisions in my career, I always use some risky.
Yeah. Nice. So when you moved to Russia, I believe you were already licensed in your degree, but as I know from my mom's experience, when you move abroad, unless they recognize your titles, you are nobody. Nobody knows you. You have no name, no education. So what were your first steps, your first jobs, and how that evolved in the time?
I was lucky that, like I said, my brother also years earlier than I went to Russia. So he passed these first steps, and I like young engineer. I just finished the university and got the possibility to start to have some real work, because on the study time I work on some just simple works, yes. And when you come to construction field on some project, like young engineer, actually you are doing everything. So actually my first job was some dispatcher who was responsible for everything what we need to create that this construction project move on. So it's like it looks simply. It's to find what the workers will eat, where they will sleep. But when it is in the middle of the nowhere, in the Siberia, it's challenge.
It's challenging. Yeah. Oh, wow. And then you were first in the Siberia area. So you were not even in Moscow.
No. We start from part. We start from the west part of Russia and central part. But after 1 year, we moved to Siberia. And all are the biggest are career and experience was in far east and north projects.
Interesting. Must have been a very big shift from Croatia, sunny Mediterranean sea, to the cold Siberian temperatures. So I understand that you slowly evolved in your let's say personal corporate career, and there was a point where the owner of this construction business offered you a strategical position. And I also know from what you told me that you did not enjoy that position too much. So I wanted to ask you why it did not work out for you.
No, maybe some little mistake, because it worked, and I was that was on the time when the company had start to have exponential growing, and the owners decide to centralize the system and the managing of the whole company, and they need there on that moment there was opened the place for the procurement and logistic director, and they saw in me some potential and offer me that position. Actually, I was in that position 13 years.
Wow.
And come with a few guys and finish with 350 people in Moscow and around 3,000 people all around the projects. This experience is probably one of the biggest experience in my life, and it's something, it's, if you compare with, there is not existing university in the world for any kind of amount who can give you that experience or that knowledge, what you got when you are in the middle of the nowhere and you have the road only 3 months per year and you need to bring all goods and to build huge projects. It's very difficult. And it's some experience who give me a lot of in the future also.
Yeah, I believe that sounds very complex.
Yeah.
Complicated and complex. As you said, there are so many small parameters that have to be taken in consideration in order for the project to be successful, right? And then you shift your career and you decide to take an MBA in Skolkovo. What motivated you to do that particular step?
After around 11, 12 years in that position, I feel that like I'm beating on the seal.
Yeah, you're touching the ceiling. You grow to the point where you cannot grow more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we did very difficult stuff and what to do more. Yeah. And when you have lots of projects and you have growing company and you have the system inside the company and it's change it every year because you are growing, and to manage the company with 100 people or 1,000 and 10,000 people, it's a very big difference. So we have a parallel job. We need to grow the company and we need to operate all the projects.
So you decided to take the MBA.
Yes, about MBA, yeah. I choose that came time to move on, and I didn't know actually where and what. A few of my friends finished it, MBA, and the MBA Skolkovo, it's probably still the best MBA for the business in Russia. And choose that way to find what to do next.
Amazing. I respect you for that, to choose to learn something new in order to decide what to do next. Because so many people are just stuck on where they are and they're trying to find out what do I do next with where I am today. But you did a completely different turn. Let me learn something. Let me expand my point of view. Let me expand my knowledge. So that will give me ideas where I can put my next route on. So what new things did you learn in the MBA, and how did your mindset and the way you think today changed in that course?
What I liked in the MBA, that the first of all, it was предпринимательство.
Entrepreneurship.
So the first what I liked in the MBA, it was entrepreneurship school, And this is something what I needed, because I had experience with managing, but to be the owner, it was a very big difference. And a lot of people think that it's easy, but it is not so easy. So this is something I got the theory how to be a CEO. And after when I finished the MBA, I quit with my managing business, my work, like employee, and move on to be a owner of the company.
And how did that shift feel? Did you like it?
Yes, it's a challenge again. It's risky, and the biggest difference it's that whole responsibility now it's on your shoulders, and it is something what I think everybody need to feel it. It's not easy.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. That when you just work, when you work on a top management position, you do have people below you. You need to delegate. You need to control. You need to think about all this complexity, like in your case. But that is just one department of the company. The company is like the country. Has the Ministry of Education, has the Ministry of Health, has the Ministry of Transportation, and you are the president, and you need to have all the ministers in your company, and you need to be able to choose the right person for each position, and to feel the pressure that, it's not their performance, it's also my performance. And as you said, it's an unbelievably interesting and particular experience for each person to do. Because also people who work in the companies sometimes do not understand what the CEO is feeling and why the CEO is taking particular decisions in a certain amount of time. And from their perspective, it doesn't make any sense. But once you become a CEO, you start to see through the decisions of the CEOs of other companies, right? So I know that in one moment you had almost 20 projects at the same time. How did you take the decision to enroll yourself in that amount of projects? Because for me, sounds like no air.
To be honest, in this constructing company where I worked, it was normal. We had 40, 50 projects separate, parallel. We have 40, 50 projects parallel all the time. And actually, when I had first and second project, it was a little bit boring, and I take another one, another one, another one. And then what started more interesting is to try to got the experience in different ways, in producing, in IT, in some food. So it was, in one moment I felt like today kids in school give a lot of opportunity. And I feel that I miss that in my history, because I never tried to find a job. Always job find me. So I need to work.
I bet a lot of people would wish this situation, but there is also a pros and cons.
Yeah, so I decided to try a lot and find what it's mine. And this is like pay for school. And probably this is one of the reasons why I had in one moment, and probably around 20 projects. And the most reason probably was find what the best for me. What is the best for me? Because we unfortunately, can know only after trying. Theory cannot give us, only
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, I agree. Theory is good to have an idea.
Yeah.
But then, as you said, no university will prepare you to be managing multiple projects. No university or no school will prepare you to manage 20 projects at the same time. But I believe that for you, it was like a constant masterclass, workshop, mastermind, university, school, in all different subjects and different areas. So I'm sure you took so much knowledge out of it. And the next, for me, most logical question would be, all right, so you succeeded as a top manager in the corporation. Then you took the decision to take an MBA and learn about entrepreneurship, how to be a CEO, a founder, an investor, venture capitalist, angel investing. You tried that for some time. You enrolled yourself in 20 projects. You succeeded with that. I'm sure some projects were successful, some were not.
Yeah,
but
of
even
course.
the failure is a success.
I agree.
So after that, why did you decide to go into the self-discovery? Wasn't it enough for you to succeed in all these areas?
Actually, the self-discovery was one of the project.
All right. Okay. Because so many of our listeners might think, oh my God, but he was successful in corporate world, then he's successful in the business world. Why on earth would you do something else? Isn't that enough for you? I know the answer, it's not. So why self-discovery, and what were the first steps that you took? What first things that you wanted to learn in your self-discovery journey?
You know, in one moment I realized that actually I don't know who am I. I don't know who is my wife. I don't know who is my kids. I know the names and opinion, what they need to be, but who they are real, it was like black hole. And I started with myself. Actually, we started in the MBA with these MBTI tests and etc. Yeah. So I just move on, try find something new, and also involved the kids and my wife to pass some tests, and inside the family we tried to compare, and we saw it's working, because there is very often then two brothers are different.
Yes.
And there was they had the same parents, but they full difference. Me and my brothers also difference, yes. And my daughters, there is difference. So I decide to find what is the best way for developing them. I want to develop myself and develop them also. On the end, I read it in then one philosophy said, if you want to discover if you want to just если хочешь познать мир,
if you want to discover, understand the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one philosophy said, very interesting, that if you want to know the world, first to know yourself. And actually this is something from where we need to start. So
yeah,
this is the reason.
I remember when we met, right? So we met in one of the masterclass or workshops that I was hosting, and the topic of that workshop was self-presentation. And for me, I was, let's say, not shocked, but somehow shocked that someone with your background would be confused. But then when I understood that you were trying to understand yourself and not just put credentials on a piece of paper to tell people when you meet them, that became a very deep understanding for me, because we can have all the degrees in the world, we can have a lot of experience, but we might be lost in who we are and what we should be doing next. Because as your story demonstrates, you had success in different areas and still it was not enough. So then you came into introspection, where you were trying to understand your beliefs, your values, what drives you, what are you good at, right? So I understand that you studied philosophy, that you studied psychology, that you studied coaching, and probably theology as well, all different kind of religions to understand yourself and how the world works. So what each of these disciplines or science gave you into understanding how the world works? How did it help?
It more looks like that each discipline gives you some key. It's very difficult to put one discipline and say this discipline will give you all answers. There is the books who give you more, probably it's more theology books, yes, like Bible, like Quran, like Torah, and but it's interesting that when you are developing yourself, you are moving like step by step. And when you are begin to understand what is the science, how science is working, and what is the philosophy, how philosophy is working, and what is the financial system of the world and the economical system of the world. And you start to put them together, and then you see that everything is like connecting. And but each part gives you some answers. So it's today maybe we can I can, after all of these years of study and discovering these topics, I can tell that probably theology is something what can give you the most. But you need to read it a lot of time, probably. I need it, not just once. Repeat, like new book. Again, repeat, write the Bible. You will read it like new book.
Yeah.
Again.
They say that whenever we listen to a conference or we read a book, usually we absorb about 30% of information. And this information is a mirror on our state of mind.
Interesting, yeah.
So every time you read a book, let's say theology in this case, any type of religious book, your perception shifts. And then the next time you're reading the same book, you are able to spotlight completely different ideas because your state of mind is already different from the first time. So my mom always told me she read the Bible multiple times, but only on the third round, she somehow started to get the idea of what was going on. Because she said the first two times, I was so confused, I could not understand a thing. Like I would read it and my mind would get even more confused, and it was like when you were doing the lasagna knitting, it's like this bubble of things, and it's so confusing. So yes, interesting that you say that each science and each psychology, philosophy, theology gives you small keys to the total understanding. And in our latest conversation, you told me that you asked ChatGPT, how much does the person that knows most in the world, how much percentage of the entire information it is. And if I'm not wrong, I have it written, it's 0. There are 4 zeros and 1%.
And this is the smarter man.
This is the smarter man.
Yeah.
So how this realization that we are so small are helping you today with your self-discovery?
We can look opposite. We don't know 99.99999 percentage. We don't know. So actually, I noted that we don't know anything. And we are here probably not for the knowledge. We are here probably for experience. And experience became something what give me more passion, more understanding to going on. So actually, there is interesting that what I noted, that knowledge actually it's like a tree. Even there is a sign, knowledge like tree, and understanding, it's like moving. It's big different if you move or you just stay. And realizing or how it's realizing when you, it's like flying. So we usually people on, I like was the same, try to learn something using the knowledge, but if we are not moving, it will just stay. So a moving, it's experience. And this is what this point that we cannot nothing give me more courage to move.
Yeah, it's like that sentence that I think it was Socrates that said, the only thing I know is that I know nothing. And that made him one of the wisest person at his time. That I believe you might have been twin souls. That the realization that we know so little about this world, and we should not get frustrated by this idea, because so many people are desperate to learn and to know everything because they want to become master of knowledge in a certain area. But it's like we're going to the university. Even when we finish our degree, we are supposed to know everything. And then every half a year, there is new technology coming, something is happening. It's a constant movement.
Yeah.
So the knowledge is that you know that you are in the constant movement and you enjoy that ride. And also, I remember once you told me that your idea of the philosophers is that they were very sad people who tried to figure out the world and they did not succeed because they were going until one explanation and they were not enjoying that ride of movement, if I got you correct in that time.
All of the philosophy tried to find the truth. And they try to find it outside. They try to find it somewhere. It's like, heat in some desert or in some...
like a treasure that
like
it's
a
hidden.
treasure. Yes, thanks. But looks like, and no one philosopher didn't find it. Even Nietzsche said there is no truth. It doesn't
Final
exist.
verdict, there is no truth.
There is no truth.
So don't even try. Relax, chill.
Actually, read it, the theology books, I realized that the truth actually is your behavior. You can your behavior can be truly to be kind, to be fair, to not lie, to doing everything on the rules. There is rules in there's 10 rules. Only 10 rules we have, nothing more. Just 10 rules.
How difficult is that to keep those rules? Yeah.
I know that nobody doing.
Nobody. I know.
Nobody. It's only 10, and probably if nobody cannot find the truth and nobody use the rules, maybe we can try the opposite. and then maybe we'll find that truth. So probably the truth is more in our behavior.
Yeah. So, summing up your self-discovery, why did you decide to take a sabbatical year? Because my question comes from the fact that, okay, you could have still performed your businesses, you could have kept investing into startups, you could have progressed all your financial wealth, but somehow you took the decision to be the driver for your kids and just close projects and do nothing. So why this decision to embrace total silence?
It's inside feeling, first of all, and it was interesting that when I start already to do it, I read it in Torah. That is the rule. We need to work 6 years, then 1 year we need to rest. It's the same like 6-day work and 1 day do nothing. 6-year work, 1 year do nothing. I worked 30 years. And
how many years of sabbatic you are missing
yeah,
now?
I need to have a few more years for the sabbaticals. So this is something what was feeling inside, and even also when we had the first session with you, if you remember, there was that world is so unfair.
Yeah.
And so many, how to say it, bad situations. Even today, you can look on the newspapers. Better do not look. This world, it's not created to enjoy. This world is probably created to get the experience for how to grow yourself, and there is like I noted that there is like material world. It's our body and everything what is outside, and there is our inside world. It's our minds, our thoughts, our spirit. On the end, everybody will pass away from here one day, and the material, everything will stay here. We have possibility to take away unmaterial. This is what is inside, what we create unmaterial. So in one moment I understood that in the business, again, touch the seal. And maybe there is something more. And it's a big step. So for that big step, probably I need 1 year to rest.
Yes. I think this year is coming to the end, and I believe you need at least 1 or 2 more years. And it's so interesting how you said that now in the Torah you read it when you most needed it, because your state of mind was already on taking a sabbatical year. And even in psychology, we have these cycles of 7. Usually every 7 years, a person takes a shift in the direction.
Yeah.
Something happens to us. It's a cycle of 7. That's why even a lot of couples split up after 7 years, because 2 people who are on the same line and the same path redirect, and they're not capable to stay together. And even if I look back on my life, every 7 years, something is happening. So it's so curious that everything is connected. If we're looking for the same signs among science, philosophy, psychology, theology, we will find the same signs, because they all speak about the truth of this movement and this journey. And I believe, with you, we were talking about this silence, and I know you do some silence rituals. You try to implement them in your life. If you could just share some of these practices that you are doing, how easy is for you to do that, and how they help you, and what impact do you see there is in your life with these silence practices?
Today it's easy. When I started first time, it was like silent day, and you all day need to be with yourself without your cell phone, without internet, without nothing. Just be with yourself. You can take a walk, you can take a swim or something, but do not speak with anybody. And you will see how long day it is.
How long the day it is?
How long day it is. At 10 in the morning, I thought it's 10 in the evening. And there was full day in front of my. In this silent day, today, it's something normal for me. What is the biggest thing what I noted? That after that silent day, your energy level, it's double, minimum double. To share more, it's very difficult. The best, it's that everybody just try it, only one day, and then he will see the result.
It's a tricky tip especially for entrepreneurs who are busy all day, all night. They work, they have so much responsibility on their shoulders to go silent one day. And I'm sure that's not easy to put a silent day in your schedule.
I noted one interesting thing also, that actually we are getting energy by rest. Mm-hmm. We are thinking now that food gives us energy. Probably some part, yes. But we can live without food 40 days. But we cannot live without sleep 2-3 days. Yeah. And when we need to feel the energy, we need to rest. This is probably people know more than a few thousand years ago. But today, still nobody, or very small part of world understanding.
Yeah, and I believe more and more we are getting distracted by gadgets. So our mind is somewhere else. And this is something, I mean, as somebody who is also my colleague, you will agree that in order to create, you need to stop. In order to think about new, you have to stop and create a space. And that space usually creates with silence. It has no use to be resting on the sofa and be constantly on your Instagram reel, because there is no disconnection there. There is no silence there. There is no emptiness there. And so many people are getting frustrated because they are not progressing as fast as they want, thinking that, oh, I'm taking enough rest. I'm going to the movies, I'm going to see my friends, I'm constantly on social media watching funny videos, which is also a way to rest. But that rest is just a switch from one thing to another. It does not turn off.
Yeah, what is very interesting also, that God created this world in 7 days. Mm-hmm. On the 7th day, he did nothing. Doing nothing, it's part of creating. Mm-hmm. And you cannot, if God could do it without it, so how we can do it? We need
absolutely also. We need to come closer to resting. And in your self-discovery, you probably realize that each of us has different talents. Each of us is good in something in particular. And what we see mostly today is that people are doing jobs or performing projects that are a reflection of somebody else, of parents, of family, of social expectations. And I do see the difference when people go by their talents and what they're good at and they're enjoying, which I am the example of exactly this. Like I cannot wait to record the podcast. I cannot wait to have the discovery call with people. I cannot wait to see the result. I cannot wait to unwrap them, unpack them, because I'm good at this and I enjoy it. And it doesn't take much energy of me to do that. Yet I do see people who are struggling with being happy with what they do because they're not aligned either with their values or with their talents. So how your experience has shown you about this idea? How do you see it?
What I noted that people who luckily find their talents or somehow find their talents, they become much more happiness.
Yeah.
Much more kind, much more calm. Yeah, it's something, and much more, motivated. You don't need nobody to motivate it. You will motivate it by yourself.
Yeah.
This is something what
actually me, I need to schedule my rest time because I cannot sleep at night. Like, I have this motivation, I have the ideas.
Yeah.
I'm falling asleep and something comes to my mind. I have like a small notebook near my bed to write down the ideas. Some people lack of motivation, but I agree with you that whenever you find something that really makes your heart pump with happiness and joy, you are like a rocket. You start to fly, and you see, what I've noticed is that the universe starts to attract good things to you whenever you are on your true path. Like, so many times we try so hard to get a partner or get a project or get a client, and then whenever you are aligned, it's like, oh, hi, I want to come. Oh, hi, I want to meet you. Oh, hi, let's do something together. Oh, hi, come here, I will invite you, or I want to share this with you. So that is something interesting. So what are your talents? What are you good at now that you have been self-discovering yourself for a while?
The test said my talent is leadership and innovations, and something to create something new. And I feel this is something where I'm like to be. Probably maybe because of it, I was attracted by startups and this
innovation, something new, something impactful to the society. So what kind of mindset today or through your life helped you to keep going and to try new things? Because you're someone who is different, and I feel like you are different today, but you've always been different.
This is good.
I know. I know my clients, so of course it's good. So
you note it very well, because actually during my life I hear it a lot of time that I have some different thinking, some different viewing, and I always try to do something new and to discover something new. So it's probably connected with the innovations. This is, I believe, the engine who is moving that in forward.
Nice. So I always ask my guests if their life was a book, which chapter they would be in, but I already know the answer. It's the chapter of sabbatical year. So let me ask you, what will be your next chapter?
I believe that it will be ICF life coaching. And this is something new. There is just a few people in the world who is really doing real coaching, because of course coaching today it's
ambig, very ambig, very shady.
Yes, but there exists the real way, and it's something what probably will be my next page.
Nice. I will see you there as well. We are all aiming to be better, and I also agree with you that ICF and the methodology that they have actually brings out the best, and I see how it is connected to your view of life, that you want to embrace a person's talents and show leadership and include the innovation part of it by just guiding the person to what he or she is good at, and then just taking that and send it to sky like SpaceX does. So let's finalize with the beautiful exercise that is also a signature question, is what are you grateful for today?
The most grateful, first of all, I'm grateful to every person who I meet in the world. And each person I noted and I realized it, that give me something. Somebody give me something a lot, somebody much less. But in each meeting, you will learn a little bit. And it's like step by step. So I also realized that we have not bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
There exists only experience. It's not good or bad experience. Sometimes something good we are thinking, on the end it's not good. Or something bad you're thinking, but after a few time pass, you realize that that was good. It is something where I'm today, that I'm grateful for the possibility of experience, no matter it is good or bad. It's just experience. And this is something, again, what we can take from here.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I will also share my perspective and what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for meeting you. You are a special, particular, unique person. You know, my mom is your biggest fan. She believes she met somebody who is ready to go to the higher planets and be a pure soul, and I agree on that. I believe your way of seeing the world is very unique, and all of us, we have so many things to learn from you. Thank you so much for coming to my life, for also showing me lessons. And every time we have a conversation, every time we go for our lunches, I get motivated and I have something to think about. And I'm also grateful for the possibility to be in a state of mind to see these experiences that come to my life, because God knows so many things happen, and it's not easy always to stay positive. But as life brought me through coaching, it helped me to see that everything is about the perspective, and I'm grateful to myself for that, and I'm grateful to the world. And I am so grateful to be able to do this amazing project that shows real stories, how they are, with all the ups and downs, with all the falls and raises, and to show that and share that with the people. And I am very grateful that I can have this role in the world to impact more lives. And thank you so much for coming today. It was a great conversation. I know English is not your first language. You did a great job by going out of your comfort zone. So that's a very big learning for you to put in your box.
Thank you very much. I'm also very appreciate for
now the Russian is coming back, but yeah.
So I'm very appreciate that I was your guest. Also very appreciate to your mother to help me in some very important period in my life, and I am lucky to be here today with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for our listeners to be with us today. This was the Untold Conversations, Raw and Real. I was your host, Margarita Alex. And if this episode resonated with you, please follow us. Don't forget to leave a comment with what was impactful and something that you've learned from today's episode. This will help our community to grow, and all and single stories that need to be heard to be spread around the world.